We talked about it a lot, like a Western sometimes, and they're like the Earps, you know what I mean? Ray's like Wyatt Earp, and Fran's like one of the other. They've got they've got to make a decision about what it is they're going to stand up for at the end, and in a way, like kind of face their own OK corral at the end. Gavin really put a high mandate of authenticity on it, and so an enormous amount of information was flowing to us out of the police officers we were talking to and working with that was changing right away a lot of the details of the expositional mechanics of how would an investigation like this actually take place, what would actually be a complicated revelation, what kinds of details would illuminate things to the character, and that was changing. Easygoing shoots, I don't tend to find create the best films. I think it's usually when you're sometimes almost ready to tear your hair out because because there's enough complexity to debate it from about 6 different angles. That's actually generally where I find like something really interesting comes out of the process. It's a question of loyalties and affections and bonds of blood and almost like comrade in arms kind of bonds against like a person's own internal sense of right and wrong. The great thing about Gavin is this is very passionate. This is very deeply felt for him. It's connected to his family and where he comes from and experiences he had of his own. One of the very first things I ever said to Gavin was, I think your writing's great, I think it's really interesting, but I don't personally have any interest in doing a cop film just to do a cop film. I told him, I said, I'm only interested in this if we're pursuing on some level something that resonates with the times we're living in right now. Like if this isn't a cop corruption film that people your age and my age see themselves in or see some of what's going on around us in, I said,